G'day, you mob. There it is over there. Microphone's over there today. Hi, how's it going? I think I'd be a little bit more prepared, but I'm not. Oh, so much stuff under my elbows. I feel so crowded in, so claustrophobic almost. Whoops, I gotta do this, don't I? Yes, I gotta do that. I can close that. Bam! And away we go. Oh, I nearly died earlier. Sensible old Blacky decided to whippersnip at 11:15 this morning, almost midday, and it was already 30 billion degrees. Went for an hour before I couldn't feel my arms and I could barely lift the whippersnipper up, or brush cutter, or whatever you want to call it over there. But anyway, I survived. Went and stood in a cold shower for a little while and had one of these. So, you know, things are looking up. G'day, Derek. First in today. Bucket of kudos headed your way. Mr. B. Oh, yes, thank you for that, sir. Appreciate the hard yards you put in sharing all these things out for everyone. Cody Donovan, how's it going, mate? Dr. Black, how are you today, sir? Scotty from Scotty G, what's cracking? Chewy, how's it going? Sir Prawn a lot. Oh, that was a weak one. How are you, mate? Teresa Cookie, how's it going? You know, let's everyone keep Derek happy and make sure that like button is depressed or pressed even. You don't want a depressed like button. We like our like button happy. Pardon me. Alien World Aquatics, how are you? More tunes. Crikey, I think I might have exhausted most of my tunes last night that I have decent versions of. Dylan Martin, how's it going? Fishroom Favor. Jimbo, hello back to you, sir. Oh, yay, good old jumpy chat just jumpied on me. Crikey. Bob Kaler, how's it going? Cichlids Aquarium Keeper, how are you today, mate? Jesse, HC Aqua. Big J, Moonstone KK, how's it going? Punchy Pam Pants Paint Pants, how's it going? She's probably outside with the dog still. However, that was a few minutes ago now. Redfish Bluefish, g'day, mate. Peplin, how are you today? James Hukulak. Away, friend. Lurk away. GRB, how's it going, mate? Crikey, I think I'm back to where it jumped on me. Let's hope it doesn't jump again. Candy, I don't know if I said hello to you, but hello. How are you today, Miss Candy? C23, brother. How's it going? Good to see you in, mate. Better Time Stories, how are you today? Thank you for popping in. Ken May. How are you, Ken? Oh, the pressure of the big screen. Let us hope I do not get any stage fright. Beverage out already, Dylan? Well, I'll tell you, I poured that thing like 6 minutes ago and it's already at room temperature. And I did like 4/5 goon and then topped it up with soda water, which when I opened it, whoosh, turned to ice, like slushy kind of ice. So that was really nice, but all of that in the lovely cool temperature has disappeared out of it. Sand Creek Aquatics, how are you? Oh, I was going to say, how are you? But you're telling me that you're sleepy. Big day yesterday, mate. More hospital business, was it? Only just put one on. It's still creased because I found it on the floor, all creased up. But the temperature shall body iron it in no time. It'll get rid of any creases, I imagine. Fish Tank Barn Mike, how are you, mate? Thank you for warming them up. Not that I need much warming up. I'm already a roast. But yes, sorry I can't spend more time in your streams. Normally I'm piss farting around trying to get things finalised at my end and tie up loose ends and all that stuff. Fishy Fun 57, how's it going? Welcome to the show stream. I'll just call it a stream. Probably won't be much of a show, but you know, we're here. Oh, I would absolutely love some of that right now. Sarah's got the aircon going in my room, and well, she did have it set to 16, but it certainly wasn't getting down to 16 degrees. So we pumped it up to 18, and all of a sudden it started getting colder. But I do get scared on days like this going into the aircon because it's very difficult to walk back out of it. Everything Fish, how are you? Oh, good night. Hi and bye. That was 5 minutes ago, so I'm assuming already gone. Sorry it took me a while to get down to your hello and goodbye. About 7 minutes, Creaky, we've been here, I think. I'm sure I will catch up to you in no time, Redfish, Bluefish. It's the older I get, the more rapid it disappears, I think. No, Bob, but when I was whippersnipping, I saw this massive big spider, and it was unlike any spider that I've seen around here before. I mean, it looked like a big grass spider, but the back end of it was absolutely huge. A very, very big piece of work. But then when I went to have a look at it, it had taken off and disappeared behind a fence post and grass that I couldn't whippersnip. Chevy, how are you, mate? Good to see ya. Plus it's probably too hot for snakes as well. They're probably staying in cool, shady spots. Whoops. Damn it. Just as I think I'm getting on top of the chat, and it jumps a big, massive jump too. Zen Ginger, how are you? Heavenbound Farm, how are you? Kerry Nature, hello there. I mean Kerry Nation. Sean Ooted, how are you, mate? How's the Shell Dwellers shop going? Got it designed yet? Damn. Crikey, I've missed so much in the chat because of the big. Yeah, I'll work on that. I think I've made it. Yes, I've made it back to where I was. Now I'll try and rush through so I don't lose everything again. I said hi to Zen Ginger, Big J's. I believe I said hi to you as well. Who else have I missed? Heavenbound, got you just before there. Sean Ooted. I don't myself and say I'm catching up. Danny Ken, how are you, Kenny? Good to see you, mate. Or good to read your typing at least. Oh, that colour change was a bit odd. I've gone all blue. How bizarre. Cody Son, how are you, mate? We've doubled up on Cody. We've got both of the cousin. One more for a three of a kind. Dylan Martin, one of the best places for a stream schedule is on fishroomfever.com. Someone's probably already put the link up in the chat, but yes, he's got a very comprehensive list on there, and is very easy to get in contact with if you want to add one, or if there's one missing that you know of, etc. So Fishroom Fever, that is fishroomfever.com. Sandra Bennett, how are you today? Nice of you to swing on by, is what I'm trying to say. Yes, I totally agree. I try and avoid it as much as possible for exactly that reason. I think it really messes with your, not only your body, but your mind when you're going in and out of the cool into the heat, back into the cool. But it is certainly lovely to drift off to sleep in. It's very, very good for that. Damn it, jumped on me again. Joe Munoz, how are you, mate? Good to see you, brother. Oh, sorry, I missed Woot! Cichlids Aquarium Keeper getting the green terrors. Congratulations, and a wise choice, sir. Very, very lovely fish, as I'm sure you know. But I enjoy them a lot. Spun me out a bit. Oh, Scotty's saying hi to Sarah. Unfortunately, she's really, really, really feeling the heat, something nasty. So she probably spend very little time out here with us, but I'll tell her you said hi. She might even be watching inside, but you know, she's trying to keep herself busy. Oh yeah, thanks, Derek. Nice work with the links. Doing very, very good link skills. Really, I missed a substantial amounts of hair when I did my haircut the other day. Got long wispy ones on the nape of my neck. Have I missed anyone? If I have, oh, I apologise. See you soon, Prawny. No problem, Fishroom Fever, and thank you, Candy, for chucking that link up. Lady Griffin, how are you today? Gosh darn it. Skipped on me again, but I'm close to the bottom, so it can't skip too far on me. Outstanding. Sand Creek is on dynamite, ready to explode. What does that mean? What's got your goat, Sand Creek? Hello, Pam. Welcome back. I hope Buddy behaved himself out there. Oh no, hooray. I made it to the bottom. And I'm about to make it to the bottom of this. I know most people were fast asleep in the middle of the night last night, but I just happened to do a little bit of, well, it started off as just a bit of a lark between myself and Alien World Aquatics to do a little bit of We were going to do maybe half an hour, 45-minute stream before Aquamate's thing last night. And then not long before I started, I got a message from Aquamate saying that he had to postpone his interview with Daniel Keeping Fish. So we ended up going and going and going and going a little bit more. And yeah, I think it was 4.5 hours or something. Ended up going for a little bit hectic. Scotty dropped off after 2 or 3 hours, and then Aquamate dropped in as well. Hung out for a wee while. Wasn't very exciting. We just banged on about not much at all. That's kind of what we do, I guess. I want cold and snow as well. Super, super jelly. So yeah, potentially it wasn't the most sensible thing for me to do when I've got an expo coming up and I might need my StreamYard hours to go wasting almost 5 of them like that. I mean, waste. It's a delicate term. BCFR Aquatics, how's it going? Hey, no worries, Scotty. I'll stream with you anytime, brother. Yes, I don't know if I'll probably have my laptop with me when we go to the thingy, the expo, and not sure whether we'll stream from Aquamate's account or my own, but probably does make sense to keep a few hours in the bank coming up, not this weekend, but the weekend after. So potentially I won't be doing a massive long one today. I will try and keep it somewhat reasonable. Cichlids Aquarium Keeper, Flowerhorn as well. Interesting. Different tanks, or are you going to try them in the same tank? Must have a few tanks ready to go by the sound of it. If you're getting a bunch of new fish, unless you are doing that risky thing of putting Flowerhorn and Roots together. But start them off small enough together and they'll probably grow fine together. Oh, is it hot up there, Kerry? Hot in Canada. What an odd concept. Oh, that's a good idea, Zen Ginger. I hadn't even thought of that. But yes, probably sensible to do that. Doesn't worry me what he does with it. He earns every penny that he gets with his awesome YouTube work he works. Above freezing, yeah, well, that's warm. That's the tepid weather of Canada, isn't it? The teens will do. Crikey. I'll keep reaching for that and it's empty, so potentially I should top her up. Back in a tick. Talk amongst yourselves and all that. Boom, chaka, boom, boom, ding. Oops, that's a bit lumpy. Oh, God damn, that is cold. What got your goat today, Lady Griffin? Tell Uncle Blacky all about it. Brr. What is... Are you breaking fish, are you, Sean? The new fish breaker. That would be an interesting concept, having water freeze in your pipes. I don't think I'll ever experience such a thing in my lifetime. William Pridemore, how are you today? Welcome in there. Yes, internet trolling and bullying is terrible to have to endure. No sweat, James. Lurk and work. Well, normally I'd say that would, as a rule, that would make me feel hungry, but I did have a sausage roll on a bread roll before with lashings of tomato sauce. So I'm quite satiated and not needing much more intake of food. I'm having a... Oops. Crikey, I want some of that, Pam. This is a Dolce Rosso, which I think translates to sweet red, maybe, something like that. It's not a normal... I don't necessarily like a sweet goon, but and then I'd sort of just mix it down with a bit of soda water to take that goony edge off it. But yeah, that's it. Just a red goon with a bit of soda to dumb it down. Going to try to get point across till later. Righto. Back in the old country. Yes, and I like to put my sausage rolls in a bread roll. Stops my fingers getting too greasy from the pastry on the sausage roll. That's what I tell myself anyway. One could say it's for all of the extra carbs, which I don't really need. Lol. Bob getting about Pamela for the decimal pointage in her temperature reading. Oh yes, very hard to find a good one, redfish. Yes, unless you are over in the UK or Scotland, somewhere over there, they do the best black sausages. People saw you wandering past and said hi.
Hi, people.
It's Scotty and Candy and Derek and Bob. Yeah, exactly what I was just saying as well. Very hard to find a good one anywhere apart from Scotland, I guess. Unless you've got a Scottish neighbour who makes their own. We're all stereotypes of some nature. Sean Ooted. Joe Munoz says hi. Punchy Pants paints pants. Says hey Sarah. GRB says hi to Sarah. Sean Ooted says hi Sarah. Tis yes, I'm going to say yes, it is similar, virtually the same sort of concept and thing, but a black sausage, I think they put lots of other stuff in as well. Teresa Cookie says hi to Sarah. I hope I didn't miss anyone saying hi to Sarah. I think the ones I get are like this big. They're quite large and they're about $3 or $4, I think. Kerry Nation says, hello Sarah, any new amazing artworks for us? I'm doodling while watching Dr. Black 66.
I don't know if they're amazing, but I've got some pictures.
Sand Creek Aquatics says, hello Sarah. It's too hot for an auction. Sandy, Creaky, Aquaticy. Aquamate, hello mate, how are you? Aquamate says, hey Sarah. Oh, and Dr. Black. Thanks for, making an appearance. I hope your eyes are on the road if you're driving. Better Time Stories says, hello Sarah, any big plans for new stickers?
Or some plans.
Some plans, yes. Nothing concreted as we speak yet. I've got to try and, in response to Cichlids Aquarium Keeper, I've got to actually get some grown out first. I think I've got 3 or maybe 4 in my baby grow out tank, and I think my mistake there has been potentially removing them from the breeding pair too early. And they're on the mother, she's got a fairly massive bunch of babies this time around. So I'm going to experiment with seeing how long I can leave them with the parents for. Pardon me. Before I separate them and try and get them growing out. But I haven't necessarily planned to sell any. I do want to ship some down to Thirsty Rabbit because we're both interested in trying to merge both of our genetic lines because our males are kind of different. So it would be very awesome to get the girthy nature of my Rivulatus combining with the affinage nature of Thirsty's green terrors, because I don't know if you've seen Thirsty Rabbit's green terrors that he's breeding at the moment, but his male has absolutely spectacular finish, beautiful bright orangey colours, and long traily top and bottom fins. Copper says no. How are you, Cole? Good to see you in, buddy. Welcome aboard. Do I have a garden going? Not really. I mean, I've got some patches out in my veggie garden with some dodgy tasting cherry tomatoes in, and some strawberries and some grapes growing. And what else is out there? I think there's still a sweet potato growing. Might be a marijuana plant. Maybe, but probably not though. Just kidding. There's about 75. No, that's illegal down here still, unfortunately. So we don't do that. Apart from that, there's, if that's what you meant by garden, or other than that, there's gardens all over the place here. Lots of bromeliads and cordylines and orchids. Lots of random stuff like that. Yeah. Might actually help if I highlight the question that I'm answering, doesn't it? Did he? I actually had a look on Fish Keeping Jamaica a little bit earlier to see if he'd popped it up. Do I even? Oh crikey! Why is that not even caught up? There it goes. Oh, g'day, Chris. Multi-tank addiction. How are you, mate? Yeah, Moonstone. I used to have an awesomely massive collection of bromeliads when I was a mad gardener back, let's say, 15 or 20 years ago. But yes, my available time for gardening and propagating and all of that isn't necessarily there, and hasn't been for about 10 years. So unfortunately, a lot of my garden stuff, if it required too much care, it fell by the wayside. Things like cactus and succulents, they're pretty easy to keep going, so I've still got a few nice ones of those. Mr. Rack, the River Life Rack. How are you, sir? Welcome aboard, and it's bloody awesome to see you, mate. Well, again, it's nice to see those words that you type onto my screen. What was I actually doing back over on the YouTube? I was looking for Thingy. Where did Thingy go? It's all right. Here it is. It's good. I'm glad I got that sorted whilst thinking aloud. So yes, I did a video quite some time ago for Rally Fish Keeping Jamaica fame, in his YouTubers Are Creators series. Pardon me. And as Josh has just said, it did just drop on his channel. Proto redfish, bluefish work well. So yes, feel free to wander over to Fish Keeping Jamaica to have a look at that interesting video. What was my topic? I've already forgotten. Something about technology.
Advancements and how they're affecting fish keeping.
There you go. Technical advancements and how they affect fish tubers and the fish hobby and stuff. That's right. He made it. How they affect fish tubers. But I expanded on it and said fish keepers and fish tubers. Because, you might as well branch out, waffle on a bit longer than a minute. Tonight, Derek, I'm not 100% sure. Probably not an awfully long time. But, you know, I've made the mistake of saying that in the past and then 4 hours later, still going live. But just, I'm not sure. You might maybe check with Sir Prawn a lot if he knows anything about restrictions of shipping into South Aussie. I'm not sure if the AQUIS, the quarantine restrictions for that state, and I can't say I've that much experience shipping fish either. Fish Cole is looking for some help. What you got, Cole? What you need? Tell us what you got, what you really, really got. Lol. Is your mum a red tape organisation? Does she respond to petitions, Cole? That sounds like an interesting way to run a household. But yes, Derek, in response to that, I probably won't go for an awfully long time tonight. Oh, crikey, that's come along rapidly. Last time I looked over at Sarah's piece of paper, she had 2 eyes drawn. And they weren't even really eyes then, they were just 2 conveniently placed circles that were interpreted as eyes by me at the time. Very interesting. This is not what she's drawing right now, but it was only just drawn today. At thingy. Life thingy. Life drawing thingy. It looks like Fish Keeper Cole when his mum puts him in the naughty corner. Pardon me. Lol. Zen Ginger's bidding $50 on that straight away. Oh, but that's right.
You know, I mean, if people really want to buy art, they won't complain too much.
It's, you know, not a bad forum to do it in, I guess. I don't know about this one. Which way does it go? That way?
Oh yeah, I don't. That's not even finished. I don't like it either. You can hold it however you like. But yeah, I like that one.
Oh, is that still wet on the nose, or is it just a
It's
shiny
just
bit?
shiny. I think it should be well dry by now.
Derek straight into auctioneer mode. 60. Do I hear 60? My colour really is going nuts on the adjustings at the moment. This is another one that came out of today's life drawing session. And no, the model wasn't a goat. The model was a real human lady. Nice doggy, says Derek. I suppose. Depressed dingo, says GRB.
Which one? Oh, my favourite.
It's the dingo's having a sulk. I'll go that. I'll see a bit of that. It's probably a depressed dingo because someone painted his ear red. I mean, what's that other colour other than red? Green. No, I'm not colourblind. I just smell funny. Just ask Aquamate. I can't reach.
Sorry. I'm not being diligent because I'm
You're right. I'm trying to reach
caught up in my activity.
Bob Kayla says, reminds me of a girl in high school. We called her Horseface Styles. That's a bit brutal, Bob, but you know, I can see where you're coming from. Oh, I can only imagine it was harsh but fair, Bob.
I think horses are beautiful.
Maybe that's why they called her Horseface. Maybe she just had a long face. You know, not so oval, but a bit more long and rectangular. I don't believe you would have, Bob. I believe you, even back in the day, I would imagine you were quite the young gentleman. But peer pressure's a hell of a drug. Alien dog. Is there that's really hard to straighten out.
You want more?
Yeah, Chuck's the bluey greeny one. Yeah, I was more wondering about the way that I was if I wasn't to stack them in particular things.
I think just that one's dangerous.
Right, because it's pencils, watercolor pencils, or yeah, right.
Getting everything.
I don't know. Yeah, it goes that way, doesn't it? IG Cracker 2, MTA Chris. Well done, brother. Congrats. May it not stop you from continuing. May it spur you on to more action. So yes, well, sometimes I think people reach those personal milestones and it might take the wind out of their sails, but it makes perfect sense to create new personal goals and milestones to reach and strive onward and upward and forward. So well done to you, sir, and go well for your future endeavours. May they be prosperous and plenty. G'day, Scott Backer. How are you? No, this is just a showing thing. But if you want to bid $100 for this one,
If you want to buy them, you can.
Sarah's saying if you want to buy them, you can. So you know, this, I believe.
Who knows? They might want the one that I'm drawing.
Some, I really do dig the colours and the lines and stuff. Can I spin it? As in, you want to see it in different angles, GRB? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean like a basketball? No, I won't do that. I'll create a messy havoc. Yeah, I'm kind of You know, I speculate that it might work that way as well. I do, like, even though that's how I saw it originally, which almost to me looks like it could work any which way. Don't you reckon?
There we go. It just needs some colour, I think. Ta-da!
I might have to I think Sarah's going to come back and colour those ones that she just held up. Maybe I could potentially show her colouring them on the other camera or something. That would be interesting. Apparently Instagram is too, Derek. They some of Sarah's recent pictures with this kind of colouring, the orangey, grey, greeny stuff, has been getting some good good hits on the Insta. I don't know if I'll make that mistake again, Candy. You were there the first time I got in trouble for that. We just don't do that anymore without prior warning. Oh, I had absolutely no idea that Better Time Stories was talking about fish.
You have to help me because now I'm getting scared which colour scheme I should use. I
Well,
wanted to go with that one because that's the one I'm enjoying.
well, pass me that guy.
This one.
Yeah. These guys that Sarah only just finished drawing and wants to colour, and specifically that I might, you know, show film of her colouring. Can I have the bluey green one as well? Do you have the colours for that still also?
I have those colours, but the other colours I have, I don't have the pictures, other pictures of them. You know those like browny orangey ones.
Yeah, yeah. G'day, Drama D. How are you, mate? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, basically that's what my question was going to be: is what colour scheme should she go with? Red, blue, orange, says Derek. Is that one of these ones that I'm holding?
Yeah, I want to do it like these.
Yeah.
These ones.
Sounds like that could be a goer then.
I'll just make it so.
I might do that too wherever I put mine. There, found them. Yes, I agree with you, Sean Ooted. Pardon me. Sean says the bluey, greeny, wormy one is his favourite colouring so far. Better Time Stories says the same thing. I like that one potentially because I'm drawn more to the darker colours, I think, than the bright, shiny colours. But I do appreciate in these pictures the Larry brighter colours are like a I don't know, a juxtapositioning to the darker imagery of the picture itself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think that's why I like it too.
Oh, crikey, what one? I'll have to go. What one did I have on the top when I held up 3? That one. I think Bob Kaler wants it for $100. There's probably a better way to sell them than on the interwebs, because you don't have to pay for your website then, is it? So that we don't enter into some kind of auction kind of situation. I don't know if I've got the energy for it today, but oh, that's a nifty tray.
It's a nice tray, isn't it?
Potentially those with Sarah's contact details can email her and, you know, make an offer. Might pay to take a screen grab or something of the the one that you want kind of thing. How can I do this to myself? I can go here. I can go here. Bear with me while I sort out this technical hoo-ha, please, peoples. Oops. Trying not to burn myself too much. I'm going to pop a thing over in here. You can just ignore if you get this acclimate. I'm just doing it for my own benefit. I go back over here now. Crikey, this is turning into such an interesting stream with me doing all of these things with a cigarette hanging out the side of my face. Oh, thank you, Candy. You can either email or DM on Instagram. Because, you know, being an artist, Sarah enjoys selling artwork. It kind of pays the bills and stuff, I guess.
Pays for me to make more art.
Pays for more art is probably more to the point. Open, please. There we go. Let me do a bit of that. Whoops. Hopefully I get there quick enough. She's going like clappers. I will mute my audio from here. And I shall have to turn that down as well, won't I? That's right, it doesn't let me go all the way. Stupid ideas. You're backstage. Only the host can see you. But I love those infinity loops. Really not a big fan of the silly angle. Quite might help if I actually rotate my telephonal device, won't it? And oh no, that's a full one. That's an empty one. Where was that coming from? Out of the beer bottle? Yeah. I thought it was extra audio coming through my speakers. Lucky to be ace to have some kind of rig that I could sit that in, wouldn't it?
I've kind of got one, but I can't stop. Sorry.
Is it in your motor vehicle?
Yep. Or in that passion bag.
Oh, that's a pretty cool visual. Left. On the screen. Hey, yay for solid prep work. I do probably have not a hell of a lot of space to work with. Oops, into the liquids. I suppose it doesn't really matter which way I face this guy, does it? Told you she was going rapid.
I must go rapid.
Tis the nature of the watercolor paintbrushy penny bizzos. Has to be done pretty rapid before it dries. G'day, Rally. How are you, mate? I was told mere minutes into this live stream that my video had been upped on your channel. So thank you for putting that up. May it get many views. Mr. Zen, how are you today? Welcome aboard. Mr. Zen says he heard dollar notes being bid, so he had to come and monitor the situation. Now, what did I miss? Candy says, shut up and take their money. Zen Ginger says, she wants the first picture that was Cole in the corner. I can't remember which one was Cole in the corner. The black and white one. This guy, I believe. Sorry, while I was fiddling around with my phone, I seem to have missed so much of the chat. This one, you mean Zen? Tentatively named Cole in the corner. I believe that is the one you mean. My memory is not that appalling. I do remember 7 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. Oh no, that's when the comment came. And Bob, was that the one that you were referring to? When I went back to the video, that was, I mean, that one and the bluey green one was in the top section. So potentially that was the one you meant. To let me know. We'll try and make some stuff happen, I guess. I don't know if that's clear enough. I know it's quite poorly lit out here. It's weird because it's so bright outside, I guess because the sun is behind us now. And I'm getting quite bright reflections, but not much else. Yeah, like I was saying, Sean, before, I think it is the contrast between the darkness of the imagery and the brighter colours offer that. Yeah, I don't think I put the right comment up that I was talking about. I don't know. Sean just said that twice. Yeah, it's the contrasting, the juxtapositioning, that kind of stuff makes it work. Lol. Just jokes, Cole. They're just jokes. When Australians take the piss out of other humans, it means we're mates. some of the words we call our mates are very nasty in when they're used out of context. But we say stuff down here. It seems I missed quite a few fun comments whilst I was fiddling with my telephone. Rumble, how's it going? Your mum can't find your Valentine's card from your nana, but everyone else got theirs. Is that yeah, I bet you add another word at the end of that rumble. It's generally the way. Is that a thing that your blood relatives send you a Valentine's card? It seems seems counterintuitive to what Valentine's Day is supposed to be about, is it not?
Making money for companies.
Well, I suppose it's not that counterintuitive in that case, is it? I also realised that by putting comments up on the screen, I was covering up the magic that was happening over there. G'day, gnarly fish tanks. JT, how's it going? Pardon me, crikey. You read my mind rumble. I was going to actually say it instead of putting it in typing, but I didn't. Ah, right. I put money in them. So not only is it a money-making scheme for big corporations, it's a money-raising scheme for your kin as well, I see. Sandy Doty, how are you today? Welcome aboard. Big D, when did you sneak in? Just now, by the look of it. I hope I haven't missed anyone else in my slackness. Gets a bit like that, though. Good old bloodworms. I've been growing some of my own. It's quite nice. They drag out a bunch of mosquito larvae from the bird baths, and bloodworms are in there as well. They're not as thick and as heavy as the mosquito larvae, but I get some out of there. But I also do have a freezer full of bloodworms. Yeah, nice work, Rumble. Good to get those milestones under the belt. 700's a good number. Now that you've got so many, I guess a shout out in your video might be a good thing to try and get me a couple of extras. But, you know, appreciate you shouting me out in my own stream. It's all good, shout outs. They all warm the cockles of my soul. G'day, Ginger Graves. How are you today? I don't know if you have seen in the chat Rumble, but Cichlids Aquarium. Right. Right, you are or have answered CKA's question. Candy Overalls says, pretty necklace, Sarah.
Well, thank you.
I know the girl who made it, Candy. She's a very talented girl at making stuff. With respect to that, Better Time Stories, I have, when I'm harvesting mosquito larvae out of the bird bath, I have a fairly involved process with it. I have a container of chlorinated tap water, which at the moment is quite heavily chlorinated after our recent rains and whatnot. So it is quite powerfully chlorinated based on the stink. And what I do is I net them out of whatever sources from around the yard have the mosquito larvae in, and I put them in the container of chlorinated water, and then I basically rinse through the chlorinated water a few times before I actually use the mosquito larvae in tanks and whatnot. And I don't necessarily think that I've had any issues with using it. None that I could pin down to using outside harvested food. But I do think that small processes like that can certainly help, especially with chlorinated water, eliminating some of the bacteria from the water. And potentially, as the bugs spend more time in the chlorinated water, potentially may eliminate stuff from their bodies as well, maybe.
I did the thing.
Righto, Rumble. See you soon, mate. This camera's on screen at the moment. I don't know if it's
wow.
good or clear enough. I can try and bring it back over to this guy if I like. See if it's any different.
It all looks dull from over here.
Yeah, well, it's quite hard with this lighting as well. Some mere moments ago, they were just black and white thingies. No, they're coloured up immensely. And you saw it happen here, live, on Dr. Black TV. On Scunja Television. Or something like that. Oh, I believe Cody's son got his auntie's blue wrench. Gave Cody's son a blue wrench last week because he's religiously coming in and encouraging people to get those likes up. So if he's religiously good at that kind of stuff, then potentially he's going to be a very good link giver as well. Oh, look out. A couple of extras in. Benjamin's backwater fly fishing. How are you, mate? It has been quite a wee while since I've laid eyes upon your words and letters that you've typed. Oh, that's right. I slid that back before, didn't I? Crystal, how are you today? Nice to see you again.
I'm thinking to colour this one in.
But what about
If someone likes it just like that, you can take a vote if you like, because otherwise I might.
that's the one that Zen Ginger said she liked. Is Zen Ginger still here? Oh, hang on, I've got to switch back over to there so I can actually see what I'm doing. Zen Ginger said she likes coal in the corner. On a cruise ship. What's the what would the reasoning behind that be, Big D? I don't understand. But I don't know. Zen Ginger might have disappeared. Oh no, there she is. Sorry. Because Sarah was about to start colouring it. But if you're interested in it as is, she may need to not colour it, or potentially really do like it. Potentially you might be able to request a colour scheme for it. I really did kill that arm today. It doesn't want to work. Moonstone KK says don't colour it. Oh, such pain. Fishkeeper Cole says make it a print and give one red hair. That's because Fishkeeper Cole is a ginge. And since it has tentatively been named in his naughty honour, oh, Chewy's back. Just whistle while we work. I was whistling before, wasn't I? I was doing that, what do they call it? Where you whistle and hum at the same time. The bloke in the vid on FKG had hair. I think I haven't watched it yet, obviously, because I've been here since it went up. But I have a strange feeling from memory that he might have had quite the belly full of liquor as well. But I'm not sure if that came through on the video or not. Zen Ginger says, either way, hang on, my chat just jumped. Either way, I love her watercolour and it's already really cool. So I guess we'll wait and see, Zen. Oh, hang on. She's gone and started doing other stuff and I was barely even aware. I don't think I showed this guy earlier because I thought you said it wasn't finished. You're just colouring the bits that he's finished.
I don't know anything, Rob. How would I know about anything?
What does WTH? Oh, that means what the hell, doesn't it? What are you what the helling at, Derek? Oh, Moonstone's gone, is she? He, she. Your dog went looking for the sound, the whistly hummy sound. Very interesting. Step 1, make it a sticker. Step 2, give one red hair. Step 3, reduce resolution by 130%. Why would you reduce the resolution? Step 4, profit. All coming from a super business savvy, what are you, 16, 15 or 16 years old, but only looks 13. I think that's what you were saying on your stream the other night, wasn't it? You sure can, Zen Ginger. Better Time Stories says, what is the tool Sarah is using? Is that a water pen? Picking up water to blend the ink already on the page?
Okay, it's called a water brush. It's got a paintbrush tip and is full of water. And I use it for two things. I use it for watercolors when I've got things like, dry watercolors in like half pans or in this tray where I've squeezed little dollops and they just dry out, and then you get the wet brush and rub it on and you can just take a little bit of the color to put on the page. But I also use these pens to when I do charcoal and pastel chalk, like chalk pastels, and then to do like a wash kind of thing over the top, or to blend.
Hello, Monica Lynn. How are you? Monica says hi to you also in the same
Hi,
sentence.
Monica.
Bob Kayla says, seeing the colours applied warms me to the colour a little. I prefer Sarah's art without colour in general. But Rally, thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping that video up on your channel too. Fingers crossed, I'll get over to watch it soon. Check out my handiwork.
I really like this muted color palettes and no color, black and white, and like other kind of muted colors, but I can only do whatever art I feel like, and so for whatever reason I need to do color right now, and I can't help it.
Better Time Stories responded by saying, couldn't tell what was on the tip, if brush or nib, and was uncertain if picking up a little paint from the palette or what. Thanks, Sarah.
Yay.
Ginger Graves loves the colours. They certainly add a completely another element to what's going on there, don't they? Yeah, I took, speaking of beards, Benjamin, I took a fair bit off mine the other day, and that's about as far as yeah, about as far as I'd take it off right now too. I don't think I'd go any shavider. Monica Lynn says, really cool to watch Sarah do her thing. Bob Kayla says, said by a true artist. Horrible resolution on your streams. 16, but 13 according to YouTube, as in YouTube doesn't believe your age, or what? What do you mean, Cole? Have they asked for you to prove your age by some form of identification or something? Pardon me. Zen Ginger says, I really love that colour palette with the cooler tones.
Oh, that was the colours I was going to do on the other thing before I got stopped there.
We probably should have just let it flow. I should say, the royal we. Well, unfortunately, Better Time Stories. I think what was tending to make me feel a little cooler. Oh, wait, oh no, that's all right. You can go away there. What was making me feel a little bit cooler was not actually thinking about the temperature and whatnot. And then I mistakenly read your comment about if we were potentially feeling cooler. And then all of a sudden I felt really warm again. Not blaming you. I'm just saying that that's how my brain all of a sudden has worked. Or potentially, potentially that as well. Crikey. Yes, I don't put razors anywhere near my face then. Other parts of my body occasionally see a razor, but it's all clippers. Clippers for the facial hair and tweezers for the ears. No point doing a funny face.
And, lighters for the nostrils.
Lighters for the nose hairs. How true. York peppermint patties will make you cooler. Is that where Peppermint Patty from Peanuts got her name? Wasn't it Peppermint Patty in Peanuts, Charlie Brown? Am I confused? Peppermint Patty was she the one that called Charlie Brown, or she called everyone Sir, didn't she? Confused, perhaps. Yeah, it's funny that, what is it? It's like, can you read the numbers?
1 billion degrees.
Well, that's what I said earlier. That's sort of
39.
Okay, I mean, sure, that is quite close to the tin roof, but
we're not that far from the tin roof.
True, the thermometer up there behind me says 39 degrees. And it's like a metre closer to the roof than us, so it's probably fairly accurate. I keep forgetting that putting comments on the screen. You're right, Better Time Stories. I'm just making fun. YouTube disabled comments on your last stream because of copper. Basically, the FTC sued YouTube because YouTube, yada, 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 yada. I'm familiar with all that, but it seems a bit odd that if they don't actually know that you're 13 or under and you're actually over, then they shouldn't be able to do things like that to you. Yes, Zen Ginger, it is over 100 Fahrenheit. we do get, we have some kind of a peppermint patty type thing, don't we?
Mint patties, they're called.
Mint patties, probably not. Are they 10 centimeters across? Probably not that big though, are they?
They're like that big.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
They're
we're just.
like a golden ruff and the mint patty, and they're the same
Right.
sort of thing.
Yes, so we do have a version of that, a little bit smaller, 10 centimeters, seems a lot of peppermint.
I don't think it's really smaller than 10 centimeters. Maybe like
That's the spirit, GT. You make a game out of it, and then you try and beat your personal best. Lol. And we had lots of maths references last night. Pam's thermometer says, "Jesus, bring me in the house." I reckon it'll be really impressive to be able to just appear, like instantly go from here to a place with snowy coldness and just melt into the snow.
oh my god, I would melt all the snow.
Mm.
There wouldn't be snow anymore.
That would be a
Just
very
me
interesting
swimming around.
experience. Ah, yes. Well, it's very humid as well. Actually, does oh, I was just looking around for my telephone before I realised it's working as a camera at the moment. If I had to guess on the humidity, I'd be saying it's like 90% humidity. It's very muggy.
Freaking gross.
And I was super stupid earlier in the day. Basically went through the noon from about 20 past 11 till about 12:15, whippersnipping the long grass outside and through the yard, and basically melted and nearly passed out. By the end of it, I could barely lift the whippersnipper off the ground. It was banging on the ground a whole bunch. And I decided to switch it off and not continue, because I was going to mow the grass as well, but that grass can wait until later in the afternoon. Goodness gracious, it's 3:30 already.
Sugar.
And teased myself by just saying that I'd probably only go for an hour, and here we are 90 minutes later.
In that case, I probably need to think about packing up.
Well, that was kind of neatly timed, though. Got to the end of that dude. Can I show him up here? Oh, hang on.
Right.
Just switch back over to that guy. That's the one she was just doing. It's quite poorly lit, so I guess the depth of the colours isn't necessarily coming through as much. That's a good size.
It is. Okay.
Melty, 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 melty. Holy mogoly. I know it's hot, but that using the phone as a camera really cooks the heck out of it. That is brutal. I don't even want to touch it. So very, very warm. Crikes. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me not steal that off you either. Ouch. Do you want this guy in your sack, Jack? Yeah, I think I had a brief chat with Jess just the other day. I think she's just been a busy kid. Yes, JT, I did. After the filming, I did, because in this little area in here, we've got, you can probably see in the reflection, these things here are like big plastic blinds, which a couple of them are permanently dropped. I have one permanently open over here and one open over here, just to let a bit more air through. But quite often we do get the birds coming in behind here because they like to pick bugs and stuff off the windows and the blinds. That guy up there, after I filmed the little video that I put on YouTube yesterday, I walked right in underneath him and sort of reached up to move him, and he didn't. Like, normally if you get within, say, 3 feet of a kookaburra, they take off. But this guy, he didn't move at all, so I got the plastic broom out and sort of hustled him along with the plastic broom, and he took off. Got out, no worries, and probably felt a bit better for it. We should probably, we'll do, I know Ginger Grave, sorry, I'm trying to respond to that comment that you said about her having the art. She's got a bunch of art. We should probably touch base with Jess and see where she's at with the mailing thing.
She said she was mailing it last week sometime.
Yeah, I don't know if I had any confirmation, but let me check. I know she was organising because her mum, Jess's mum, is a ex-postal worker. So Jess said that she was getting her mum to come over and they were going to have sort of a girls' day or moment, a little bit of time where they were packing it up together and sending it out. And let me just find my chat.
Am I out of the camera? Can't see me?
I can't see you. Yeah. Well, I don't actually have a message from Jess saying that she shipped it, but she said last Tuesday they would. I mean, I think it was on the Sunday before last Tuesday. She said Tuesday they're going to ship it. Or have you had a direct message from her?
The only message was the one in the group, and she was saying it's mother-daughter posting day tomorrow or something like that. No. Tuesday.
Post office is closed Monday, so Tuesday we're going to ship it.
Yeah, that was last
and
Tuesday.
The 14th of Feb, her mum came over and they did the packaging and stuff. So yes, Ginger Graves should be in the post. Based on the messages that I have received. So fingers crossed. I'm excited to see if people do unboxing vids and show their stuff off on the channels. You can always push the mute button, fishy fun. Lol. Son just turned 20 and Cole is more mature. Wow, that sounds like an interesting 20-year-old you've got, Fishy. G'day, fish tanker. Jace, how are you, mate? Cheers. Still hot over there, mate? 39 here today. It's hateful, hateful and disgusting.
It is hateful, isn't it? But I will say goodbye.
Okay. Sarah's saying goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, it's so hot. It's disgusting. I think I'll be watching TV in the air conditioning this afternoon. No, I won't. No, I won't. You could just sit in your car all day. Lost the net carried out. It's hot out there. What'd I miss? Oh, that's right. Oh, retro sketchive scooter. Sketchive scooter. How are you, mate? I did started a conversation with Jace just before I walked out before. And yes, I cannot wait to see people's artwork as well. It's one of the best bits of seeing Sarah's artwork sold is the looks on people's faces that buy the stuff. There's a certain something more when you sell artwork to someone who's really, really into it. It's awesome. Danny, how are you, mate? Sorry, I disappeared for a minute. I may have missed other people. I get at least one on all my videos, Cole. It's okay. Water off a duck's back, as it were. I think most of them go through that phase, fishy fun, and then all of a sudden you're going to get a surprise and something will just click, and your boy will find some other passion as well as his computer, and we'll get him out and doing different things. All my boys went through it. And then they find, well, with my older boys, they found cars and girls and stuff. My younger boy, he found music. He does all his music stuff. Granted, that still keeps him a lot of the time on his computer, but at least he's doing something other than playing video games. Now, where... Oh, crikey. Chat's doing stupid things again. How you been, Danny? Or did I already ask that and you said awesome? Yes, well, that's the hard thing, isn't it? If they spend most of their time in the room on the computer, it's very hard for them to get a girlfriend if they didn't find one in school. I heard chainsaws work really good on doors. Just cut a hole in it. Yeah, I think we got 50 viewers at one stage. It wasn't really. I was looking more at art and stuff today, than focusing on the screen and the chat and stuff. What do you reckon about this guy? Pretty simple looking business card. I just it was a bit of a deal on Vistaprint to get 250 printed for $10. So I thought that'd be very handy to have at the Underwater Pet Expo to hand out all over the place. Plus, Aquamate and myself fairly much have confirmed that we will have a table, potentially even a booth, where we can do live streaming from, as long as we can also potentially get access to internet at the venue, and we can do some interviews, some live streaming, hopefully tee up some people from companies at the show, and basically, I guess our main goal is to generate potential relationships. Pardon me, for the following year. You know, generate that thing that we were the guys that did the original YouTubing stuff at this convention. So then potentially we will get to be those guys in the future. And we'll have other YouTubers there as well. Hopefully Parker's Reef, Sam Parker, the guy who's organising the expo. Hopefully we'll get a bit of an interview with him. Blake's Aquatics will be there with us. G'day FNS, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Better late than never. Hopefully Tim G is going to be there as well. Haven't had a lot of contact with Tim G in the last couple of weeks. I think he's taken a rest. Priscilla, how are you? Just in time, because I've really got to do this. I'll try and keep the camera up a bit. So yeah, that'll be exciting times if we can get something established and ensure that we perpetuate those kind of relationships that will improve our standing in that kind of setting, as well as just on the YouTubes. 39 degrees. So hot. No, it was the temperature. Priscilla's just got impeccable timing. Can't you see how shiny my face is? Ah. What was your previous one, GT? That was also impeccably timed, wasn't it? Oh, were you talking about these guys, Volvo? You on a couple of them as well? If that is what you were referring to, I can make that happen. I don't think I'm going to be giving away all of them at the expo. Hang on to a few for posterity and yeah, swing a few around the place. But yeah, Jace, I'm not sure if you answered me about your temperature over there. What do you got on the west today? Oh, g'day, Dansley. How are you, DTM? Yes, 39 degrees is nasty enough at low humidity, but when it's 80 to 90% humidity, that I'm guessing it is now, stank, super dank and gross. Yeah, man, I'm good. It was a little bit secondhand this morning, and I decided to whip snip the backyard in the midday sun on a 39 degree day. And after about an hour of that, I was not very good anymore. But I decided to leave the mowing, pardon me, till either tonight when the sun's gone down or early in the morning tomorrow. Ooh, spooky, better time stories. 38.9s all round the clock. Wait, the record hottest temperature in your city was 38.9. You're not my supervisor, Priscilla. I'll air those pits out, flap my wings. Yeah, I potentially shouldn't complain that much about 39 degrees because by rights we should get some 43s and 44s yet, and we've already had some, what did we have earlier? We had 45, I think, one day. Might have even been a 46. Knocks you about. Something shocking. Righto, lurk away, Candy. I want Hiro Nakamura's ability to travel in space and time and just be able to go from this temperature to Wyoming and just instantly land in some snow and see how rapidly it melts. That's I'm saving the welcome mat, Jace, for the Patreon. When I set up a Patreon, that's the only content I can think of for my Patreons if I ever do that sort of thing. You know, you got to make it worthwhile, isn't it? I forgot that's quite icy. Whoa, guess where it made it to? That was quite the sensation once it got down there. Goodness gracious. What was... Prawny left, didn't he? Prawny was the only one that requested music. That's all right, Cole. I'm not trying to groom you. I'm not doing anything filthy. You can't even see my nips. Pardon me. I did a bit of that. Oh, crikey, pardon me. Bit of that. Why not just do the whole screen? Crikey. Streamception. Wait, will that echo? Probably will. Let's play it safe. That's what you want. Good old technology not responding on a live stream. Hope I didn't kill it. Am I still live? Crikey.
It was a hot day, the sun was hurting my eyes. I was bracing myself for a Saturday night, focused, hot, and ready to take it down. Then came a ringing on the telephone. She said, "I'm thirsty and I've nothing to drink. Could you come over here and make a stop on the way? You think I drank all of mine, but I still feel like some more. If you're bringing my juice, well, boy, you might score." It all seemed okay. It's not like I'm making it every day, but I got an issue with you drinking me dry, so I'm gonna have to scratch you, honey. Bye, bye, bye. from the east side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. East side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. East side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. Blow, the story doesn't go. The candy girl sticks it way up in her nose. Where she goes, folks who watching her go, stick it in the dirt, way up in her nose. Take it back, hear the slap, she's hitting on the floor. She's got no emotion, but she knows the need for more. Always getting smashed, but she never knows high. Second get distance, out she go. Bye, bye, bye. From the east side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. From the east side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. From the east side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. Goodbye. This state of play's massive. I'm sick of being passive. There's a lot of shit around me that's making me aggressive. Too many drugs, kitty chug-a-lugs, the same old pubs with the very same mugs, the same dirty huts with the same dirty bugs. Getting down, upside down, friendly up the rug. The same old dirty sluts with the dank up upside jugs. I'd rather get down with you, bendy on the rug. I don't really care if you're supermodel fine. If you ship me with your shit, I'll give you less of my time. If you show my head with hassle or you're drinking too much wine. If you ship me creepy Charlie's running up and down my spine. When you're up in my face, spitting laced with lies, I wanna fly away and crawl and curl up tight and die. No girl should make me think of words like I and I. Sorry, baby, this is great, no more maybe. Bye, bye, bye. From the east side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. From the east side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. From the east side, from the east side. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. We're all from the east side, east side, east side. Your mum's from the east side. I saw your mum over on the east side. She was selling fun to the kids. I saw your mum over on the east side doing favors for all the pigs. We're all from the east side. I saw your mum on the east side.
Well, what about that for some nonsense, eh? Forgot I had that one. Oh, pardon me. Yes, I know I typed it, but hello, Mark, and hello, Lucky Seahorse. And if you're still here, Better Time Stories. Thanks heaps for hanging out. Was a joy to have you around, Jet. Yeah, I just thought I thought I'd throw that in there. I completely, like, that was, oh crikey, when did I write that song? Maybe 15 years ago, 12, 13 years ago maybe. And there's a verse in there about the candy girl, but it's not the candy that we all know and love. That's a different candy girl, the candy girl who puts stuff up her nose. Oh, thanks, Chevy. I played a bunch of different old ones of mine on my rando stream last night. Get off me. You can't eat me. I'm not your dinner. Um, whoa, that's got a kick. Yes, well, it was quite funny how I instantly, as soon as that verse came around, Candy, I thought, oh, what a link. The Candy Girl sticking that dirt way up in her nose. Sure, Cole. Sure. That's the one. That'll do. If that's probably makes it easier to sleep at night if we just say yes to that one. It was basically a song about some troublesome relationships that I'd been in back in the day, and yeah, problems that particular humans caused in my life, and it turned into a lovely little song like that, which, you know, was all right, wasn't too bad. Oh, that's right, I'm still on sharing screen, aren't I? The title and artist of that song, that was, I believe, yes, the artist was Braille, which was the name of one of my recording outfits, which was pretty much just me doing all of the music. But I'll have to put it in chat because the way I spelt Braille, actually it works better in lowercase, doesn't it? Was with exclamation marks as the L's. Several layers deep, yeah. Braille, and the song title, like Bob Kaler said, was Bye Bye Bye. I did, when I was doing my recording studio Bizzo in my house in Brisbane, let's do that and go back to that. Yeah, I was doing many different styles of music recording. Oh, hello, Natural. How are you? Yeah, I do so many different styles that I had different names for them. And Braille was kind of the poppy, rocky, hip hoppy kind of one. Ball Space, how are you, mate? Good to see you in. So yeah, I just did multiple different names, but essentially I did all of the music and lots of the singing, and I had the female voice that was singing in a lot of the older stuff is Karen. She was the keyboard player and backup vocalist in the band Crow Circus that I used to play guitar in many, many moons ago. A long story. It's funny you should mention that, Ball Space, because I can't find them. Because I wanted to actually. I have this song called Grub, and it's about. It's from. I was doing this DVD concept thing with friends of mine. Oh, yeah, maybe shoot them to me because I have absolutely no idea where I've got them. That'd be choice. We were doing a concept animated DVD for kids, myself and bass player and sound engineer friend of mine, and his partner was an artist. So we were going to do a kids DVD, and I'd written a couple of songs. Just a couple of them were little short ones, but this one particular one that I really liked is called Grub, and it's about, you know, kids growing and developing and accepting change and stuff under the guise of the metaphor of a butterfly or a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It was pretty funny. All right, Cole, take it easy. Behave yourself, and we'll see you soon. Yes, metamorphosizing children and their grubby little ways. Tinra. Rusty. How are you, Tinra? Good to see you, love. I can't. I know it's rude of me, but you Norway, Tinra, or one of the Norse countries, one of the Scandinaves, I think. Ah, I thought you were going, Cole. Oh, what happened in the big tank bowl space? Sometimes I really shouldn't second guess my memory, Tinra. Often, sure, it fails me. Oh, GRB, well, I'm sure when I get my hands back on a copy of Grub, which Ballspace is so gratefully going to send me, how intriguing that one of my YouTube viewers has some of my old music. I'm sure I'd have it on a hard drive somewhere, but that's like I've got a pile in there of half a dozen hard drives that I'd have to go through before I'd find it. So yes, GRB, it might have a special place in your heart with a name like that. And Ballspace, by all means, please tell us about your situation in the large tank last night. I really love that when little conversations happen early in the stream and then they weave their way back into the conversation later on in the stream. That's brilliant. I am very, very sweaty and hot. As you can see, I've accidentally removed my shirt. Didn't go down well with some of the viewers. Some people left because I took my shirt off. I might have even got an extra thumbs down for it, did I? Oh no, still just the one. But yeah, apart from the hot and sweaty and nearly killing myself earlier with the whippersnipper, I am fine, thank you. Yeah, what's for breakfast? All of a sudden my lunch doesn't seem to be in my belly anymore. The idea of food is potentially reasonable. There. Yeah, could have been heat stress. What is it? It's a 4-foot tank, isn't it? A fish order. Or is it? That's a bow front, isn't it? How many? What's the volume? I probably should. Yeah, right. So obviously, a larger volume of water is, you know, easier to maintain temperature and doesn't swing so rapid. But yeah, even some of the the temps here today. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, that's. I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a big swing for them, but I suppose if it's brutally hot and it stays there for a while, that could be bad enough. Oh, she's very generous, Dan. And, you know, she's obviously chosen the recipient wisely. Oddballs. Oddballs. Are you getting a peacock bass, Bob? Or are you saying, is that what Priscilla's ordering? Actually, Tinra, I just played a song before that I didn't have in my folder of stuff that I played at Chappie's the other night. So, you know, if you, once we get out of here, maybe at about the 2-hour mark, there's a song called Bye 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 you might like. I see, Bob, right. I hope you've got the space for it. Got a spare tank, a big tank for a peacock bass. But I am going to get a cold drink. No, a cold drink. So while I'm doing that, I should just put on another song, maybe one of these other ones that I found. Oh, I don't remember what that one is though. I've got some stupid names for songs. Let's put this instrumentally one on. Oh, I got to do that. Gotta do all that stuff again. Got it. And that one. Oh, why is that still open? I closed that hours ago. Spooky imagery. I don't even know if it's going to work. I'm so confused. I hope that's on your Patreon page, Bob. That would be worth its weight in gold. A video of Bob twerking. Lol. Hey Tinra, do you remember any of the titles from the other day? I will quite happily take a request from you, Tinra, if there was one from Chappies that you'd like to hear again. I'm a little bit narcissistic that way. Oh, welcome back, River Life. Good to see you back, sir. I'm going to do this bluesy country kind of one for Rack River Life. I know he likes the bluesy country kind of stuff. I don't really know that, but I'm guessing that he won't mind it. Maybe. Whoops.
Government grade, government grade. It's a government grade.
Lashes, fishnets, and thigh-high jeans. She was well known across the sea. Cleopatra wigs and shiny shoes. It was clear she saw what she did to you. Street corner spotlight lights up the stage where she lives her life. Streetwalker in the spotlight each night, walking on the sharp edge of the knife. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. Best you've had. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. Lecherous men all ask her out. To most of them, she says no. The paying gent she sticks to most. A wealthy man is a generous host. Street corner spotlight, a delicate shade to enhance him white. Streetwalker in the spotlight, flesh painted on, skin tight. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. Best you've had. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. She's jumping, she's grabbing, she's keeping up the game. She's backward and forwards, in and out the same. With suit on and shirt on, money makes your name. She's helpless, she's lifeless, but keeping up the game. She's jumping, she's grabbing, she's keeping up the game. She's backward and forwards, in and out's the same. With suit on and shirt on, money makes your name. She's helpless, she's lifeless, but keeping up the game.
Probably should have just waited a second and I could have said that instead of typing it. Thanks, Sandy Doherty. See you, GT. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, that song's got a particular groove to it. And if you hadn't guessed, it's about a denizen of the night, shall we say. Crikey. 2 hours, 23. I keep saying, oh, I'm not going to go too long. And then there I am 2.5 hours later. Oh, that song, Tinra. I can't see why not. I don't ever I don't really see myself doing any monetary business with that kind of music. I'm going to say Perth Cichlids that they are from, let me say, 9 to 14 years ago, roughly. Might as well. I mean, down in Melbourne, if we're going to live stream, we'll probably stream on Josh's channel anyway. Tinra, email me, drblack66@gmail.com, and I will email you a copy of the song, I guess. Something like that. I've got some other like stupid named songs that I can't remember what they are. Fangs are for biters. I want to remind myself what that is. I don't think it's a finished song. I think it's nonsense. But let's find out together. Now I've remembered what that was. That was just me fiddling around on the ukulele. Which Scott's live streaming? Oh, of course. I forgot about Scotty streaming after me. Shit. Whoops. All right, I'm going to call it quits because there was me talking about my memory before. My memory is obviously crap. So yes, please, everybody, go to Scott's live stream. Thank you, Chewy. I'm super glad that you came in and reminded me of that. Goodness gracious me. So yes, please do. G'day Recon. How are ya? I might, yeah, why not? I'm going to pop on a song to leave with, and I'll oh, I can't remember what her name was, but The one I'm going to play is a cover song of a song called Maxine from the 80s. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Head on over to Alien World Aquatics, check out his live stream, and I'll be over there very shortly to join you. Thanks heaps. Thanks again. Thanks to the mods. If you're watching this on replay, you're nuts. But thanks for hanging out this long, even if you did skip. See you soon.
Creases in your white dress, bruises on your bare skin. Looks like another fine mess you got yourself into. What's the matter with you? Has the cat got your tongue, your tongue? Well, if you don't like the beat, don't play with the drum, Maxine, you're not the only one to take the whole world on. No one's ever won. Maxine, case 1352, a red and green tattoo, eyes cold steel blue. On a rain-slicked avenue, long shadows in the night. Kick off your spike-heeled shoes. You've got to run for your life, for your life. Razor blade in your pocket from an ex-Marine. Makes you speed like a rocket. It cuts so clean, clean. Maxine, you're not the only one to take the whole world on. No one's ever won. Maxine, case 1352, a red and green tattoo, eyes cold steel blue. Who's that walking behind you? Who's that talking about you? Who's that walking with you, Maxine? Who's that walking behind you? Who's that talking about you? Who's that walking with you, Maxine?
Thanks everyone. Sorry, Scott. drblack66@gmail.com, Tinra. See you all when I'm looking at your soul.